Here's a video on how to use your calculator to solve logarithms to any base. I'm your host, George Arrington. Did you ever encounter a problem that looks something like this? X equals log base 5 of 8. I mean, what does that even mean? To better understand what a logarithm is, it's often easier to look at it in its exponential form. That looks like this. 5 to the x equals 8. Now, a long time ago, I heard something that has stuck with me for all these years, and that is that the logarithm is the exponent. And if you learn nothing else in this video, learn that the logarithm is the exponent. So here I say x equals log base 5 of 8. What that means is 5 raised to the exponent of x is equal to 8. So let's look at this problem using a scientific calculator. Most scientific calculators you get have a couple of buttons for logarithms. As you see here, there are two. One that says log and one that says ln. The one that says log is the base 10 logarithm, and it's often referred to as the common logarithm. So instead of having the log base 5, as in the problem that we see on the left there, this logarithm here on the calculator is to the base 10. Now the ln button uses a different base. It uses the base e. E is a number that shows up in science and all kinds of mathematics, and it's a number that is an irrational number. It's 2.71828 and so forth. And so since it's so prevalent in the natural world, they call it the natural base, and so ln is the natural logarithm. Okay, well, where is the log 5 button? My problem here needs the log 5. And as you see, there is no log 5 button, and there's no log 4 button, and there's no log 7.2 button. So how can we do problems where the bases are other than 10 or e? Well, we'll see how to do that right now. So to do the calculation of log base 5 of 8, what you do is you first take the logarithm in either of the bases of the number, in this case the log of 8, and divide it by the log of whatever the base is, in this case the log of 5. So for this problem, you would say the log of 8 divided by the log of 5. And with this calculator, it would look something like this. Press log, press the number, and if it's multi-digit, you type in the all of the digits for that number. Then you hit the division sign. In this case, it's the line with the dots above and below. On your calculator, it may be a slash, so you need to know what your calculator or how your calculator works. Then you press the logarithm button again, and then type in the base. So to recap, what I've done here is I've said the log of 8 divided by the log of 5. In other words, the log of the number divided by the log of the base. And when you do all of that, you press equals. And when you press equals, there's your answer. So the question may arise, hey, can I do this with the natural log as well? And the answer is yes, of course you can. So doing that, we do the same process. We take the natural logarithm of the number, divide it by the natural logarithm of the base, and hit the equal sign and get the answer. So here are the same steps using the natural logarithm button. Press ln, type in 8, press the divided by symbol, press the ln button, type in 5, then hit the equal symbol, and indeed the answer is the same. So you can either use the common logarithm button, log, or you can use the natural logarithm button, ln. The main thing is you just have to be consistent with what you use. You can either use one or the other, but don't mix them. You can do that as long as you use the same one for the given problem. So in general, if you get something that looks like this and you want to solve that with a calculator, do these steps. Type in the logarithm of the number, and again here the log is log, but you could equally use ln. Hit the divided by symbol, then type in the logarithm of the base, b, and hit the equal sign, and you'll get your answer. It's as simple as that. So now let's check your knowledge and see if you can figure out this problem. So suppose that you're given the problem, solve for x, and you're given 3.7 raised to the x power, raised to the x exponent, is equal to 19.2. So there isn't a 3.7 to the x button on your calculator, so the easiest thing to do is to convert this to a logarithm problem. Remembering that most important lesson that the exponent is the logarithm, we can do the following. X is equal to the logarithm of the base 3.7 of 19.2. So go ahead at this point and pause this video and try to do that on your calculator and see if you can get the correct answer. And I'll wait. So assuming that you've done that, let's see what the answer is. So here I've written x, and this symbol means approximately equal. Since the answer will be an irrational number, we won't get the exact answer. So I've put the approximately equal here. So when you did your problem, did you get the following? If you did, great, you got the answer. And if you didn't, go ahead and go back, and you can pause the video and try to do it again and see if you get the same answer that I got. But let's suppose that you didn't have the answer there and you wanted to check to be sure that your answer is correct. Well, what you do is simply do this. Go back to the original problem, 3.7 to the x equals 19.2, and plug in those values. So type 3.7, hit the raised to button on your calculator. Sometimes calculators will say y to the x, so you have to kind of know your calculator. But you're going to raise the 3.7 to, and then you have to type in this whole 2.258 number. Or on most new calculators, you have a button that looks like this, and so that will be the previous answer, as long as you haven't done some calculations in between. And then hit the equal sign. And if you got the correct answer for x, you should see the same answer that was in the original problem. Here in this case, 19.2. So what that means is 3.7 raised to the 2.258 blah 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 number is equal to 19.2, and that would be your answer. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this problem. I hope you got something out of that. Again, remember that the logarithm is the exponent. That's the big takeaway from this video. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my videos and watch for this and other interesting topics in the future. Thanks for watching.